Hey, what is up guys? And today I want to talk about probably one of my biggest regrets I have playing Epic 7. And that is going to be featuring Requiem Roana. Now you guys might be wondering, why did I not go for Requiem Roana? I have 200 summons left, am I not going to even try for it? Well, the thing is, actually I'm at 200 summons left until the pity because I actually ended up pulling this monstrosity of a unit. Now at first glance, this unit seemed not that great to be honest, but the animations, as you can see here on your screen, are so nice that it was very hard to actually pass up on pulling for her. And let's just say I had to end up actually using my pity for her because, yeah, I'm a man of culture and waifus come first before, anything else. So basically, I kind of got screwed over. This unit is not that great. Looking at her kit very quickly though, at first glance, you can kind of tell she's pretty bad because the way she works is she can only really take turns if the foremost ally takes their turn, and basically it makes it so that if your front row unit dies, Requiem Roana is basically useless. And her S1 is not that powerful either, the damage is pretty pitiful, and although the decreased defense is nice, it's only for one turn unless you soul burn it, and her S3's cooldown is super long, and you most likely will only get one or two of these off in a fight. And the thing is, yeah, you kind of have to rely on this to stack up in damage because you'll see that it stacks every time you use the skill up to 3 times, but the damage is pretty crappy. They kind of needed to buff this. She's kind of like a support cleave unit, otherwise she's not that great, and I've tested her out in cleave, I've tested her out in standard, I've tested her out in control. Basically everything, and I can say that she is just not that great. And yes, this is my Requiem Roana, guys. So I actually did use my Grace of Growth on her because I wanted to test her out, because honestly, her S1, sure, having the extra damage is nice, but you're gonna kind of get the most benefit by cycling her S3 because it has that increased skill cooldown and CR readiness and penetration of defense, which makes it seem like this unit will be not that bad, but you're going to kind of see if you actually play with her fighter in RTA that she's pretty terrible. I think my win rate with her in RTA at the beginning of this season, after testing her out a million times, is going to be around like 20-30%, and I'm kind of forcing her into every comp. She pairs very well with units that are very fast and very safe. For example, a good unit would be like Peira, because Peira has that stealth. She can actually play very safely, especially if you have her at very high speed at like 300 plus. You can cycle pretty fast. The only thing is she kind of gets owned by like strips and dispels, so you have to be careful about that. Also very good with Lua, because Lua also has Guiding Light. You kind of need that max Guiding Light, and you also have 2 turns to proc it with your S2 and the S3 combo. The only thing is Lua without Requiem Roana is even better, so there's not really a point to rely on Lua if you want to use Requiem Roana, because you're just way better off not using your Requiem Roana. And yeah, I actually have my Requiem Roana ungeared because every time I have this unit geared, I always ended up picking her in RTA, and then yeah, she's just not that great. She just has so many counters. Like I said, just focus the front unit, and she's pretty useless. And honestly, you can tank through her damage very easily because her damage is pretty crappy. She needs so many stats, right? You want like effect resist to resist SC Arrowell stun, because if she gets stunned, she's pretty useless. You want effectiveness to actually land this CR readiness pushback and skill cooldown increase. You also want a lot of attack to do a lot of damage because her S1 will actually scale with her attack as well. You can see you do additional damage proportional to the caster's attack, similar to Hwayoung. And yes, you want her S3 to hit very hard. And because she does not rely on crit chance or crit damage at all, because her S3 and S1 cannot crit, you need a lot of attack to do a lot of damage. You also want like a decent amount of bulk so you don't die like defense and health. So you just need so many stats, even though in theory it sounds like it's easy to build her. Like, she has so many weaknesses she needs to cover with her stats that you're gonna kind of realize that she is kind of hard to build. You need just a lot of stats. You need like really good gear to make it work. And in that case, you might as well put that gear on some other unit because she's just not worth it. Do I think she'll get buffed? Maybe. Probably not. I think this unit probably will not get buffed because of the fact that Smilegate is very careful in making another super broken ML 5-star, as you saw with like Conquer Lilius. Ever since then, it seems like they're buffing units very slowly, especially Moonlight 5-stars, because of the fact that a lot of free-to-play players will complain about it. And Conquer Lilius, although she has like a million counters out now, she's still super broken, one of the top 3 picks in RTA. And for that reason, they're very hesitant on over buffing units. I do think Requiem Roana definitely needs a buff. She is probably the worst 5-star ML in the game right now, and it's very hard to use her in PvP, and she's completely useless in PvE as well. So for that reason, I do expect her to get buffed or get an exclusive equipment, but I don't think she'll be like super broken or anything because her kit is just very weird. I think her S2 is just a very bad passive, honestly. If they replace this passive with something else, I think she'd be a lot better, and just have it so that you need to build her on speed as well, because just losing your frontmost unit and also losing Requiem Roana because she can't take turns is just a very very sad thing to happen. So I think Requiem Roana, even if she gets buffed, she's either going to get buffed to the point where she's super broken because her S3 will do so much damage front loaded, or, you know, CR push too much or something like that, or she'll be completely useless until her S2 passive gets changed because it is so crippling, and I think it's not that great. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about Requiem Roana. I think the comments consensus is that she is pretty terrible. Like, her S2 makes her pretty weird to play, and her damage is so pitiful. So let me know what you guys think down below, how you would change Requiem Roana, whether it be buffs or like reworks, to actually make her better, because I think we can all agree she is in a pretty bad spot. You don't really see her anywhere. She is like one of the most beautiful units in the game, animation wise, and the fact that no one's even playing her just kind of shows how bad she actually is. Thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully she gets buffed or changed or something, and I'll see you guys soon.